Dear friends, may you all be in the best of health and spirits. I want to read to you from a passage of the Masnavi and the preface that goes with it, dating back to about 11 years ago. And it concerns some of the themes that we've been talking about recently. And so I think it's worth revisiting. It's all going to be in English, but you will get the page numbers for the Masnavi, the sixth book of the Masnavi, for those of you who want to see the original Persian. And so regarding the preface, I will begin. A fundamental prerequisite of the Sufi way is in learning to distinguish between the forms of things and their inherent meanings. We tend to build our mental and emotional lives upon appearances. Our hearts and minds generate the endless forms of ideas and fantasies which shape and sustain our sense of self and purpose. In the name of spirituality, people become overly preoccupied with dreams, visions, and stories about the supernatural. And these are merely the outer form and husk of true spirituality. Yet, since our personal prisons are made of external and internal forms, we must necessarily develop the capacity to transcend these forms in order to glimpse freedom. Transcending the forms does not mean rejecting them. It means altering our perception and understanding of them. By analogy, formlessness is like the water in the ocean. A diver sees an underwater world full of things such as fish, coral, seaweed, and so many other things which hamper him or her from seeing the water itself. The diver of the spiritual world has many kinds of thoughts and fantasies, visions and dreams, but is generally not conscious of the awareness that is their source. Despite this, our limited personal awareness can be redirected toward the divine presence. As He wills, He may bestow upon us His vast luminosity, which outshines our personal awareness and disperses its fixations. This is the fundamental purification which leads to an awareness of the divine oneness. With the deepening of this experience over time, it becomes a part of our very nature, arising naturally from the formless light shining in the heart. On the subject of formlessness and form, Rumi says the following in Book 6 of the Masnavi, starting at 3,707 through 3,716. Be less drunk on the wine cups of form, to avoid being an idol shaper and an idolater. Dismiss the cups of form. Don't stop here. The wine is in the cup, but not of the cup. Open your mouth wide to the giver of wine. When God's wine arrives, the cup isn't made less. O Adam, seek my heart captivating spiritual meaning. Recite, quote, abandon the husk and form of the wheat, unquote. When sand became flour for Abraham's sake, know the wheat was made irrelevant, O noble one. Form comes from formlessness into being, in the manner that smoke is born of fire. The least flaw in the outer form of goodness is annoying when you continually notice it. Formlessness gives you pure astonishment. 100 kinds of instruments come from non-contrivance. What has no hands keeps weaving together hands. The soul of the soul fashions a rightly formed human. In the same manner that separation and union in the heart lead to so many kinds of fantasies being woven together. A little bit later in the Masnavi, same book 6, starting at 3742 and continuing to 3749, Rumi says, the ultimate doer is certainly without any form. Form is like a mere tool in the divine hand. Sometimes that formless one from non-being's obscurity shows his face to the forms out of magnanimous grace, so that each form receives direct support from him of his perfection, his beauty, and his limitless power. When formlessness again conceals its face, the forms come begging in the world of color and scent. If a form seeks perfection from another form, that is truly the essence of misguidedness. So why do you, who are without spiritual substance, carry your need to someone who is equally needy? Since the forms are mere servants, don't say that they're divine. Don't imagine this about a form. Don't compare it with God. Seek with utter humility through self-effacement. Thinking about this just gives rise to more forms. So there you are, my friends. A very brief talk as a reminder to you. Incidentally, a strong reminder to me again and again. So I hope you'll appreciate Rumi's statements there. And may God bless all of you.